Wedo de waire, wedo muzomu. Waya bodao, ni dien waya la wizi. Awe ni dien ya fefefe of wagbero. Idimo Pedro, Osaro, Osabudiame, no ya info, no the Obaseki. You know see any now we need termina. When edo we no temata maba. Omami ukmo yo yegwe. Ana bokon yo gemi ya no sunu wedo. Okay ni manwa nigbe. Osere ni iwie do here fefefe, particularly manano we my school. Our school ariogebe. Oh gaya dole wuyi. Agboden ana temata. And Osioma, Otamama Unuewia. Only a friend will tell you that your mouth smells. Right now, the Ununozedo or persons of Edo South extraction, as well as our collective local government areas, have become a race under siege. I know that it is more difficult to say it when our brother is at the helm of affairs in the state. Oviedo or Kariobutedo here. And Otemenodium, we know. But Iyugi, Nibiye Mewa, Wagaredia, Kemi ya fefe na ya nwagbe. Oviedo imari regima in clear suspicions. If you look at the education sector, finance sector, every major sector, health sector, security, infrastructure, and management, everybody of Edo South extraction who can either play a role, a positive contributive role, or contributive roles are either being totally sidelined, totally ignored, or where they are even in those positions already, they are being removed. You see, it must be made clear on a very empirical level that we currently constitute close to 60% of the land mass of this state. And also, proportionately, we constitute more than 58% of its population and geopolitical demography. So we must have, I use the word must deliberately, as an instrument and policy of government, that we cannot be shortchanged, put aside, dealt with, reduced in any way or form. You see, we are just wallpapering some of these things, and it troubles me. I got this morning a very instructive message from one of our very highly placed professors at the University of Benin. And he asked the question. I don't want to post this post here, but the thing is giving me a bad goose pimples. That all the institutions of higher learning in Edo State, none are situated in Edo State, in Edo South. The ones that were situated in Edo South, apart from maybe Igoriaki, have now been moved as satellite campuses or totally closed down to others outside of Edo South. Permanent secretaries are being moved around, retrenched, retired, whatever, disengaged. And when 8 are removed from office, and 5 of them are of Edo South extraction, the remaining 3 are from Edo North or Edo Central. 13 permanent secretaries are appointed. Those of Edo South extraction create less than 33% of the same number. Many of our ministries, even the commissioners from Edo South, are given ministries where their take-home pay can take them home. And yet, the national sharing formula that is accruable to Edo State, almost 80% of it is from Edo South. In terms of internally generated revenue, it is no rocket science. The most local governments that bring those internally generated revenues are Oedo, Ipobaoka, and Igo, all in Edo South. For the ones that bring the oil mineral resource that we have, that makes us share in the NDDC, are of Edo South, whether it's Ovia Northeast, Ipobaoka, or Orion. But are all these reflected in the developmental, both human capital and infrastructural developmental outlook of the state and its government? We cannot lie to ourselves anymore. The answer is no. Edo State Government House, as at last year, had 6 permanent secretaries. Only one was Benin. And as at last month, that only one that was Benin has also been disengaged. So these are things, if we cannot place ourselves and our people in positions to add value to our people, then there is little or no need felicitating here and sharing WhatsApp messages of who sleeps wrongly on the wrong side of his bed, or who is fighting civil wars, within bed covers and women and the lapse of our women. There must be a deliberate schematic to immediately engage government and engage those who dispense power. There are many former excellencies and present excellencies on this platform, so that we don't take this outside of here and begin to seem like we are decimating ourselves. There must be, I use the word must deliberately because I'm having sleepless nights. Wayadomo. I said, this is not about writing. Let me say it as it is. Because we have to engage. And it must also be clear, arithmetically, it is beholding on government to understand that the government of the day-to-day in Edo State is in government strictly because of the overwhelming support of persons of Edo Strat extraction to the return of my elder brother to Osadebe Avenue. That is a truism. In the last election, the PDP won the state with 84%, with 84,000 votes. That was what they defeated the APC with. Out of that 84,000 votes, they won Edo South. The PDP won Edo South with 81,000 votes. What does that mean? That in arithmetic terms, the collateral contribution of other parts of Edo State, Edo Central and Edo North, to the victory of the PDP and Godwin Obaseki in 2020 elections is just 3,000. Why Edo South provided 81,000. If you reverse it and you give the entire votes that Godwin had in Edo North and dash it to the APC, he will still win with close to 60,000 votes. And if you reverse all the votes he got in Edo Central, which was a difference of about 27,000 votes, and give it to Izeyamu and give Izeyamu's votes to Godwin, he will still win with more than 40,000 or 30-something thousand votes. In a nation where Tambuwa won his elections with less than 350 votes, 350, not even up to 500 votes. That is humongous by all ramifications. So for us to now treat those persons those areas that overwhelmingly, in an unprecedented effort, install this government, it will be a rape, a serial rape of our collective patrimony if we don't stand now for Ononozedo. That is the truth. It may not be nice, it may not be palatable, and I don't really care if this is shared. I hope the authorities will know that this cannot continue. This is Benin Indigenous People's Assembly, People's Association. It is the mantle falls on us. Na mere aya bande egbe Obaseki or aya gwegbe vin ekioba na agbado. Aya biwa o.